Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those of you watching this video. And this is a Friday for me, so if you're watching this on this Friday, happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. Today we'll be talking about The Mummy from 1932. This stars Boris Karloff. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. Probably massacred it. If I did, I'm sorry. Anyways, when I was watching this movie, I was kind of surprised on how faithful the Brendan Fraser, did I say his name right, movies from from the late 90s were to this movie. I mean, the adaptation was more action packed than this one. He had a lot more action in those movies than this one. But overall, it was pretty faithful to this classic movie. The Mummy, is basically about these archaeologists back then, and they were doing some digging around in Egypt, you could say, and they found his mummy, and they find out that perhaps he was cursed. And so unwittingly they read the script, they undone his curse, and basically what this movie is a love story. Yeah, it's a weird love story because the mummy lived back in the day. He loved this princess, which kind of got him in trouble. She died. He died, and tried to bring her back in life, just like the 90s Mummy movie. Same scenario, and he was laid with this curse, and he's just trying to reunite with his love. This movie, I was impressed with the makeup and stuff like that. Like, that was really well done. How they got embodied, and even after he becomes somewhat of a human, the wrinkles on his face and stuff, it was kind of realistic. I thought it was really well done how they did the makeup and that stuff, and the scenery, the background, the sets were very well done. I liked it a lot, and like I said in my Dracula review, that black and white does kind of bring in this extra creepiness to it. And again, just like the Dracula movie, there's no music in this. I don't remember if there's any music at all. Maybe during the credits. I can't remember. But that kind of gives you that uneasiness. Having to say that, I didn't find this movie scary at all. But I did kind of like the story to it. And there were some things that didn't really make sense to me. Like the whole modern day romantic angle they were trying to play with this. Like, the male lead and the female lead, I guess you could say, they just met, and he's already deeply in love with her, and it was just, I don't know. I mean, I heard of love at first sight, but not the kind of love that he was talking about. It felt kind of weird to me, poorly written, that part. But like I said earlier, this is a love story. If you talk about the mummy, just trying to reunite with this girl from the past. And, I guess our female lead is somewhat of a reincarnation of her. If you've seen the Mummy movies, the 90s, early 2000 Mummy movies, it's kind of like what was going on there. Kind of she's sort of reincarnated of this past princess and stuff. So, he's trying to bring his, ex-girlfriend or whatever spirit into this person's body. So that's kind of the angle there. I did like the special, do you call it special effects? When he was looking into the cauldron and how you kind of glimpsed him to the past, looking to the past. I thought that was pretty well done, the fog or the mist stuff. I did like that. I was impressed with that. Overall, I did enjoy this movie. Like I said, the part I didn't like was the romantic angle. The modern day romantic angle was just kind of weird. And while I did like it, I didn't like it much as Dracula. These monster movies, the endings are really bad. I want to say bad, rushed, really anticlimactic in a lot of ways. I mean, in this one, the humans don't defeat the mummy. You have the goddess statue. Spoiler alert there, sorry, but it's 190 years old. It's not 190 years old. It's 90 years old. But she kind of helps him out there, zaps him or something. Um, and having to say that, like, I wonder when people saw these movies like Dracula, The Mummy. I just got done seeing The Wolfman. If they were actually really scared watching these, because when I was watching it, it's a monster movie and it's classified as a horror, but I was never scared watching this. And what does that say about modern day society? If back then people were scared, like actually got kind of frightened of watching these movies, but today nothing. It's like not watching anything at all. What does it say about today's society? And I'm not going to put it on me. No, I'm not going to have a deep reflection about me. I'm going to put this out on the whole society. Okay. Well, I guess say, what does that say about me? If these people back then were scared of these movies and I wasn't scared of them, has I really been that, how you say it, desanitized that much? I mean, when I was growing up in the 80s, before my teens, I was watching like Friday the 13th, Halloween, and stuff like that. No, to me, those were scary. I don't know if they're still scary or not. I haven't watched them since I was a kid. Not because I'm traumatized or anything like that. I don't really dig those type of movies anymore. But I mean, if they're on, I might watch it. I might revisit them, but I don't watch them because I'm traumatized. Let's just say that. However, I'm just saying, as a society, though, have we gone too far? Have we really been desensitized to like violence and stuff and to that nature? While back then, these movies would probably be like rated PG today, to be honest. Like The Haunted House with Eddie Murphy was probably scarier than these movies. If you know. So like how far along our society has gone where stuff like that is actually classified as a horror. And, I don't know. I haven't read any reviews how people's reaction was to those movies. Haven't read anybody's diaries like, hey, I went to see Dracula, I went to see The Mummy, and man, that movie was so terrifying. I haven't read anything about like that, but I wonder if they find those movies terrifying or not. But I don't even know if the directors had in mind of trying to scare people, because like I said, this more had to do with like lost love and what you would do. What would you do for somebody that you love back in the past? This guy's trying to bring her back to life. And then basically in the modern days, even though I don't really agree with like how quickly this guy fell in love with this woman to this point, like he's out there risking his life for her. What is love? How much do you want to risk? How much would you risk for love? Like, it's kind of like in this movie. And if you look at I'm going to compare it to the modern day Mummy movies too. Like the second one, it is another comparison of how far would you go for somebody that you love? With Brendan Fraser, however you say his last name, and Rachel Weisz. Is that how you say her name? She went all the way for him, but the evil couple, his woman ditched him in the end, broke his heart, he dies. This one, you don't really have, his heart doesn't get broken, but, he's trying to break the law of nature to bring her back to life. No, 9 minutes to this, but I'm going to probably end it here. That's about all I really want to say about this movie. I'll give this, if you love classics, yeah, I highly recommend this. If you don't really care about classics and you're not really curious, if you're curious, I would highly recommend this. You would enjoy it. If you're just looking for a good movie to watch, like it's The Mummy, I probably would recommend it with caution, just because slow. If you like these things with action, there's no action in this. You do have some murders, but there's kind of done off screen, I think. If I try to remember right, it's been about a week since I watched this. But it's kind of slow. I would probably recommend it with caution if you're somebody who's just Not really into old movies, stuff like that. But if you want to discover the past, the history of cinematography and movie making, this is definitely a highly recommend movie. But if not, I'll recommend it with caution. This went way longer than I thought it would. Anyways, I'm not gonna say that word. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I mean, all right. Well, anyways, have a great. I was gonna say I love you guys. I do love you, but whatever. Nobody's gonna be watching this at 10:34 anyways. If you're still watching this, you made it through the video, leave a comment below. All right. I doubt it. Have a great day. Bye.